science. Today is the 4th of June in the year 2020 and we are going to have science now. So we're going to continue with the topic of structures. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to identify the materials from which selected structures are made and to suggest reasons for choice of materials used. Structures. So now we're going to review what a structure is. A structure is an arrangement of materials. Structures can be made up of different pieces of the same material, so the same thing throughout, but it's just in different pieces arranged together, or a structure can be made up of different materials completely. Every structure has a special job to do. So remember, we spoke about the nest before, and we said that this nest here seems to be made up of grass only. So it is made up of different pieces of the same material. And what is a special job that the nest has to do? The nest is a home here. The nest is a home for the baby birds. So it holds the eggs and then it keeps the baby birds warm and safe until they are able to fly off on their own. So a structure is an arrangement of materials and every structure has a special job to do. So let us review our materials before we get further into our lesson. We have, can you read this? Yes, we have paper. Remember that cardboard is a type of paper. We also have fabric or cloth, right? So the cloth is then turned into curtains and clothes for you to wear, and even on our shoes also have fabric or cloth on it. There is wood. Great. We know that wood comes from trees, and we use wood to make a variety of different things. We certainly have wood in our houses somewhere, in the roof, wherever. Wood is everywhere in our environment. Next we have glass, right? So glass is a type of material. What do you remember about glass? Is it easy to break or is it hard to break? Okay, can you see through it? Is it light or is it heavy? All right then. And metal is our next material. Do you have metal in your home? Do you have anything that is made of metal? Nice, right? So metal is also everywhere around us. It's a very shiny material. Sometimes it makes a lot of noise and you cannot see through it, and it doesn't bend that easily. We also have a material called rubber. And yes, our erasers, we also call our erasers rubber, and they're made of rubber, and we know that rubber comes from a tree. Right, so that this is a type of material as well. So all of these materials, oh, one more, we have plastic. Plastic is probably the most popular material. You have plastic toys, you have plastic bags, right? Plastic is everywhere. Is it easy to break? Is it easy to tear in some cases? Okay, can you see through it? Sometimes you can see through it, sometimes it's colored, right? And now let us get into the meat of the lesson for today. So today we're going to be identifying materials that structures are made from, and also we're going to discuss the use of the structure and why was that material chosen. So let's look at this bird nest here. What materials do you see in the bird nest? Okay, nice. Right, so why do you think the bird chose these materials to build its nest? Why didn't the bird say, I am going to get some board and I'm going to get some nails, I'm going to use some cement and stuff like that, I'm going to build myself a very strong, sturdy nest, like how humans have their houses and their houses are strong and sturdy. I want a nest like that. Why did the bird decide to use grass and twigs and stuff like that? Why do you think that? Okay, because it's easy for the bird to carry. All right, these materials are light, easy for the bird to carry. And what is a special job that the nest has to do again? Right, the nest is the home for the baby birds. So do you think the baby birds would be comfortable in a home that is made of concrete? and metal. Do you think it would be comfortable in a home like that? Okay, so then the purpose of the nest is the home for the baby birds, and then the structure now is made from these materials so that will be comfortable for the baby birds. It's easy for the mommy and the daddy bird to carry, and it's easy for them to find. So remember, every structure has a special job to do, and based on that job, the materials are selected. So the materials used are selected based on the job that the structure has to do. Let's look at another structure now. So here I have a chair, right? It's a simple, what kind of chair is it? What is it made from? Right, it's a simple wooden chair. So remember, in the classroom, the teachers have wooden chairs, you have wooden chairs as well. So why do you think they choose this material to build the chair? Okay, it's easy for them to build the chair using this material. It's easy for them to find, easy for them to shape into a chair. Okay. All right, then do you think this is comfortable? Sometimes it can be very hard, right? Okay, so let's look at the next one now. So here is another chair, but this chair is made from a different material. What material is this chair made from? It's made from plastic. Great. So why did they choose to make plastic chairs? Why did they choose this material to make the chair? Different. Okay, there are different colors. All right then. But which chair do you think is easier to carry? The wooden chair or the plastic chair? The plastic chair is lighter and the wooden chair is heavier. So don't you think that's one of the reasons maybe they chose to make chairs out of plastic instead of wood? Okay, and then you get the different colors and you can shape it into so many different ways. Right, but which chair do you think is stronger? The wooden chair or the plastic chair? Okay, great, excellent thinking. Let's move on to another structure now. So here I have a glass bottle. Some people carry water in glass bottles. Some people have it in their fridge inside of glass bottles. There's still a variety of things in glass bottles. Why do people use glass bottles? Why do they use glass to make these bottles? Why do you think they do that? Okay, you think that glass is a strong material. Okay. You can see through it. Great. All right then, great thinking. Now let's compare the glass bottle to the plastic bottle. What makes them different now? So which one is heavier? The glass bottle is heavier. Okay, so that means the plastic bottle is lighter. So that means the plastic bottle will be easier for people to carry around in the. Okay, now can plastic easily break? No, plastic can't break that easily, but the glass bottle now, if you squish it in your bag or if you drop your bag or something of the sort, then the bottle can break and then that's going to cause a whole mess inside of your bag. So then the plastic bottle is easier to carry around, and again we can see through both of them. So we can see through both the plastic and the glass, right? And we can also have different colors inside of it for both materials. Okay, so they are both good materials, but then if I want a water bottle, which one will you choose? Will you choose the glass water bottle or the plastic? Okay, why would you choose that one? Great job. Great thinking. Let's move on now. So here I have a house, and this house is made from, it's made from cardboard. Yes, it's made from cardboard. Now, would you love to build a house made out of cardboard? Would you love to live in this house? If somebody built a massive cardboard house, would you love to live in it? Why? Okay. So when it rains and when the storm comes, what do you think would happen to this house? Okay. So then cardboard is probably not the best material to build a house that's going to be in the outdoors. Maybe you can have this house to play what? Right, to play with your dolls and your other toys. Maybe you can have this house for that. But then for somebody to live in this house, do you think it's a good material to build a house from? Okay, all right, then let's look at the next structure. So here I have a regular house. And now what is this house made of? What are the different materials that came together to build this house? We have steel, we have concrete, okay, we have wood, wow, we have sand. Excellent. So this structure is made up of different types of materials. Different types of materials came together to build a structure. Why did they choose those materials to build a house? Why do people build their house with blocks? Okay, because it's strong, right? Do you think blocks is stronger than wood? Okay, in a storm, which one do you think would get blown down easily? All right then. Okay, excellent. So you see, again, people choose materials to build their structures based on the job of the structure, what is the special job that the structure has to do, and the quality of the materials. They will choose very strong materials, very long-lasting materials, materials that they, if they need to see through something, they will choose a material that they can see through, opposed to something that they cannot see through. All right, would I build my windows out of board? Would I build my windows out of metal? What about rubber? Okay, because what? Why wouldn't I do that? Because I cannot situate. So maybe I would build my window out of plastic, or I could build my window out of glass, because I would want to be able to situate. Okay, great. So now we're talking about building, and you're going to help me. Now it's building time. If you had to build a windmill, what would you use to build it, and why would you use that material? So put on your building thinking caps, and I've given you an option here. So this is one windmill that is made of paper, and this is one that is made of plastic. Now I want this windmill to be in my porch. I want to see it spinning on my porch when the wind is blowing strong. So which material would I use to build it? Paper or plastic? And why would I do that? Okay, great thinking, great responses, wonderful. Now let's look at the next one. If you had to build a fish tank, which is an aquarium, for your cousin, so your cousin wants a fish tank, what would you use to build it, and why would you use that material? Would you use glass to build a fish tank, or would you use wood? And why would you use that? So what is the special job for the fish tank? It's for your cousin to keep the fish in, right? And she would want to see her fishes, okay? So which one do you think would be best? Which one would be easier for us to build a fish tank out of? Okay, great. Excellent thinking, excellent responses. You're such wonderful builders. And so I hope that you realize again that structures and arrangement of materials, right? And people select materials based on the special job that the structure has to do. And that would be the end of our science lesson for today. So I would like for you to pay attention to all of the structures in your environment and question why you think people use that material to build it. So farewell and good wishes again, my dear little scientists.